Yo guys, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. In today's video, we'll be recapping a Midnight Society AMA with the devs 402 and Deez. Without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Also, there's a small percent of people that watch my videos that are not subscribed, so make sure to subscribe. It's free. You can always change your mind. Without further ado, let's jump straight into this. Starting off with the first question, we have, will there be custom lobbies? Their answer to that is it is still undecided as of this time and has to wait till the game is further developed and discuss further with the Founders Pass holders and dev teams on a feature like this. Next question, how will Founders Pass holders have a voice in the development process? The response is by making the development process open to those with the Founders Pass, it makes it harder to develop a game quickly because everyone has their own opinions on how they want the game to feel/play. Instead of the dev team having their own decided way of how the game wants to play out, they have to share it and test it with people, with those with different machines and backgrounds, instead of just a small group of people. They're going to be collecting data and analyzing things like heat maps and playtime, etc., and they'll be discussing things based on people's opinion, like TTK, recoil, etc., with the variants of the Founders Pass. Next question, how do those that have won their airdrop receive them and win? Their response to that is they have to wait for the application process to finish, which is in a 3 to 4 week period, before things can continue. They want the most engaged and hardcore people to make sure that they are in before everyone receives access to the Founders Pass, and will be available on your Midnight Society profile on their website. Will the Midnight Society website have specific login for those with the Founders Pass? They replied, you'll be able to log into the Midnight Society website with your profile, and those with the Founders Pass can do that on a specific page of the website where you'll be able to see questions and discussions on certain things. Also, this will be the area where you'll be able to download the latest build of the game for PC or get a key for consoles. Finally, they discuss that those that are accepted with the Founders Pass will have a closed Discord where they can discuss certain topics of the game. Fifth question, what kind of anti-cheat will they have for Project Moon? They started off by making a joke. If they told the people what the anti-cheat is, it'd be easier to cheat. But they did go on later to discuss that is undecided as of this point, but it is their utmost priority to have a good anti-cheat to make sure their game is played fairly, and they are aware of the easy anti-cheat software for Unreal Engine 5, but are still looking at other alternatives elsewhere in the gaming industry. Following that question, the question is, what engine is Project Moon going to use? Their simple response is the Unreal Engine 5. Next question, will the ARG continue on Discord? Their response to that is they currently have no plans to expand the ARG as of this time, but there's no confirmed expansion yet, but they are still not going to completely scrap the idea of expanding it, but it is still open for those that are people who want to try it out and go again. Following that question about the ARG, they asked the question, does Sector 7 exist? Their simple response is no, only in our hearts. Following the questions about the Discord, they asked about the team's reaction to Space Bob, which is a meme if you guys don't know. Their response to that is they thought it was funny, and it took them some time to figure out what the community was talking about, and then they realized that they created a bot with its own identity, which is pretty funny. Following that question, what involvement will pre-variants have in the development process? Their response to that is they're not in this to make money, they are here to build a game that hasn't been done before in the gaming industry, which means including as many voices as possible in the development process. Next question, what are the eyes? Their response to that is people who participate in industry guilds are the eyes. People who are the most dedicated to the community and people who are constantly involved are the people of the eyes. They are the people who decide if Embers, for people that don't know, Embers are the people who make 3D stuff like maps and guns and concepts for the game that are actually not hired by Midnight Society, but want to show and display their work, and they want it to be used in game, and the eyes are the people who decide whether it should be in the game or not. As well, the eyes will be able to determine how that person will be compensated for the work if it does belong in the game and is used. Next question, following the eyes question, is how will the structure of the industry guilds be for founders and non-founders? Their response is, it is still unknown and are in discussions. They will likely have a discussion with the variants or the Founders Pass people to discuss how they are structured properly. This is why they are taking time to choose people who are going to make the best decision for the game and the community as well. Following that question, will items created or received in-game be able to be sold for IRL money? The answer to that is they're not planning on making their game play to earn. The reason you play the game is not to make money, it is to enjoy it and have fun however you see fit. Last big question is, what inspired the idea for Midnight Society? Their response to this question was very long, so I kind of shortened it down and included the most key points of it. They said that the devs have known each other for a long time in the gaming industry from different perspectives, and they are tired and frustrated with gaming companies building games that are not enjoyable for people to play. They believe people that are playing these games should have the best experience possible, whether it be for a short or long period of time. The devs got into games because they loved it and wanted to build a game with specifics that are for the mass population of people and what they want to see. They believe it is a new area for gaming companies, and they believe you cannot design a game in a closed bubble without input from the outside/community. Here are some less important questions. Two of them being, will there be merch anytime soon? And the response to that is yes, but it's not their utmost priority. And yes, there will be custom merch for people with the Founders Pass. And there will also be non-custom stuff for people of the general public. And finally, the last question of the AMA is the joke about aim assist and audio quality. And the response to that is their audio is intended to be the most and best of a first-person shooter multiplayer game that has ever been. And they really didn't talk about aim assist much, but they glazed over basically that they need to be discussed later with balancing and testing in further development. And that is all the questions that was in the AMA for Midnight Society. Hopefully you got some knowledge of what is going on with the game and what is their plans. Until next time, guys, peace.